Alright, so we're going to keep moving along here in chapter 6. Next up, we're talking about polynomials. So the main thing for this section is that your polynomials are always in standard form. And we talk about standard form with linear equations. As we move through polynomials here, it starts to get a little bit different. But the main idea of standard form here is that each term in the polynomial is listed from your largest exponent to the smallest. Okay, so some examples of this would be if you had like 3x squared plus 7x plus 5. It's always going to go x squared, x, and then your constant. When we looked at linear equations, we had stuff like 4x minus 8x, and then the constant. So your constant's always going to go last here. All right. So next up then, even if you make this a little bit bigger, 4x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x minus 11. So again, it's going x to the third, x squared, x constant. Okay, so it's based off of exponents. All right, so that's the main thing to keep in mind as we're going through these, is that we talk about standard form of a polynomial. It goes, you list them in order of the exponents. I don't care what the coefficients are, whether they're positive or negative. Everything is based off of those exponents, okay? So there's going to be two ways to classify your polynomials. First up is number of terms, okay? So I'll make a little table here for you. All right, so first up, if there's one term, it's a monomial. Example would be like 3x. If you have two terms, this is called a binomial. You think a bicycle has two wheels. Binomial, you have two terms. A lot of this stuff is, we did with linear equations, like 2x minus 5. You have two terms there. If you have three terms, it's a trinomial. A good example would be 5x squared minus 3x plus 8. Okay, and again, they're three different terms. It's x squared, x constant. Okay, and if you have four or more, we're just going to call it a polynomial. So I have no special name for that, just a polynomial. These are ones you need to know, though. Binomial, or monomial, binomial, trinomial. All right, next you can classify it based on its degree. And that's based off of the largest exponent. All right, first up is actually x to the 0 power, which is just a constant, okay? If it's x to the first, which is really just x here, this is a linear function. That's what we did a lot of back in chapter 4 there, in chapter 5, so like 3x plus 5 is a linear polynomial. Next up is x squared. X squared is just x squared. Sorry, you didn't really need that. So anyway, that's a quadratic equation, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit this chapter, and a lot of Algebra 2 is that. So that'd be like y equals 2x squared plus 3x minus 8, something like that. Largest exponents 2. X to the third is cubic. All right, and again, the stuff behind it doesn't matter. All this is based off of, again, the largest exponent, okay? Can't say that enough. X to the fourth or higher, just say, it's not like fourth degree or fifth degree, okay? There's no real special name for that. So I'm going to work on a practice worksheet for you here. It's just a lot of naming. There's not a whole lot of math here. And as always, if you got any questions, just send me an email. Have a good day. Bye.